Hey everybody, it's John again from Gasper's Automotive Restoration, and I wanted to give you guys a shop update. I know I missed a week here on a video. We're trying to keep a video going, one video a week if we can, but sometimes it's tough. We've been very busy lately, and I just want to let you guys check out what's going on in the shop here. First thing is this hot dog truck here. This is really cool. This is a 1934 GMC hot dog truck from East Hartford, Connecticut. It's been on Connecticut Boulevard, right where the car dealerships are there, for about 50 years. Being a hot dog truck, it's really well known locally, and a very nice lady runs this. She's been running it the whole time, and she brought this in for brakes and a front end rebuild. We've had this truck in here before. I can't remember if I did a video on it or not, but we did some engine work on this, and we ended up having to replace the entire rocker arm assembly on this engine. And the reason we had to is because for a long time, the oil feed tube that goes up to it and feeds that whole thing on this GMC engine, this is actually a Buick engine really in disguise, but the oil comes up from this little tube down in the corner over here and feeds this whole thing. Well, it was plugged, and the rocker arms, I couldn't even get them off of the tube that they're mounted on. So luckily she had a spare engine, and we swapped that out. We repainted the covers, oil pan, we did a tune-up, all kinds of mechanical stuff, and we worked on that. So this time she came in for a bunch of other things. Also, we did electrical this time. You could see a lot of new wire runs here. There was a lot of electrical that was in very poor condition. Insulation down to just nothing. There was bare wire, real fire hazard. So we've got that remedied now. And of course, we're doing the brakes and the front end here. We had to do the kingpins. There was a ton of slop on these kingpins. I mean, you jack the thing up, you could see the wheel flop down when you jack the thing up. It's never had kingpins in its life. So we're going through and doing everything and making sure it's right, and greasing the chassis, checking everything on these brakes. The brake shoes are out being rebuilt right now. And in the back here, we were checking all the wheel bearings. Bearings back here were good. Front bearings were no good. We had to replace them, but the rear bearings here are in great shape. There's nothing wrong with them. So we're going to re-grease everything and put it back together. Had some trouble getting these brakes apart. They were really seized up on the back side, the mechanisms for these mechanical brakes, but we got it all freed up, and we got the shoes apart. A really crazy shoe setup on this thing, really crazy. Never seen anything quite like it, to be honest. 4 shoes, 2 of them are for the parking brake, and then the other 2 are for the service brakes. Very unusual setup. So we got that going, and we got the drums turned here. We turned drums here in-house. We got the drum turned. Didn't want to take too much material off, but this is nice and straight now, clean, and it's going to stop really nicely. Much better than before. The drum surface was actually tapered. It was so bad. So we've got that going there. And same thing over here. We turn this drum here. And we also did tubes in the tires. The 2 front tires were incorrect. 2 rear tires were correct. So on these wheels, dish wheels like this, you have to have a bent stem inner tube when you put the tires together. So if you're working on these, make sure you order the bent stem for dished rims, because the straight stem is not correct, and you won't be able to get in there to put air in your tires, and it's just stupid. So we got the bent stem in here. Had to disassemble the wheels to do that and replace those. Everything's good. The rims were in pretty good shape. Had to repair one rim, weld up one of the rings. It was getting a little weak. I didn't like it, so I think it was on that wheel over there. So I fixed that. That's really good now. And this wheel was in good shape. Didn't need anything. Just changed that tube. So that is the 1934 hot dog truck. Let me just show you actually inside here so you guys can see. This is just really cool. She's got this really cool setup in here, and she just serves right out of the side window here. And this thing gets driven about 2 miles, 4 miles round trip every day. That's what she said. So, got the cool vendor license when this was a vegetable truck back in the 1950s, still up there on the side from East Hartford. That's really cool. Just a very historic truck for this area. And got a couple cool things in the dash here. Just a really nice original gauges. It's a nice setup. And of course, you got to love the red, white, and blue. That's awesome too. I like that. But really cool truck. And she even has the awning here that comes out, so people, in case it's raining, people don't get wet. So, very cool truck. And the second truck here is Stoughton, Massachusetts. This is their 1928 Maxim. This is really coming along now. We've got 4 wheels on here now. It's rolling chassis. We've got the engine and transmission in. That was before. We've got the steering column mounted in here. I know it's pointing straight up in the air. We have to adjust that once we put the cowl on. And we have the fire pump all together. So we've got the fire pump in here. And we got the rear drive shaft in. And we're waiting on the, we got the water tank back here just sitting on here. We've got to put this on once the hose bed is in place. But we got to play with that. Got parts over here in the carts, ready to rock and roll. And that's pretty much the latest with the Stoughton truck. It's looking good. It's this truck, I think, this is definitely going to be on the road for, you know, May time frame, May, June at least, if not sooner. It's really coming along nice. And let's see. This is my dad's 1931 Model A. We did a little short on that yesterday. If you didn't see that, check out the little short. We had it just talking about this car real quick. Came in doing some doing the Burt's engine on this. We got the little mechanical issue here with it, but we're going to get that straightened out shortly. The car's almost done, ready to go back on the road. So this is a really cool family heirloom here. Dad bought this car in 1964, and he's had it ever since. And he restored it back in 2008, and he's been working on it and putzing around with it ever since, and modifying and making it even better and better every year. And he wanted to do the Burt's engine now for this car, so we're trying it out. It's working out pretty well so far. And down here we've got another Model A. This is a 1930 Roadster. And this is in for some basic mechanical repairs. I know there's not a lot of fire trucks here. We got hot dog trucks and cars. We only have 1 fire truck in the shop as we speak, but that's going to change soon. This is just in for some basic maintenance repairs, some noises, brake adjustments, and this is just a cool car, kind of a semi-original kind of car. It's been repainted, of course, but the firewall, the engine is pretty original looking. It's kind of neat. Radiator's been around for a long time. It probably needs to be recorded at some point soon, but everything's nothing's leaking. It runs good. I drove it around this morning for a test drive. It's just a driver. It's a really nice car that's reliable. You can drive, and you don't have to worry about scratching it. And we're going to do the upholstery back here to match the front. This is the original seat covering for the Model A. This has never been replaced. This is original from 1930. It's pretty cool to see that. You usually don't see this at all. And so you can get a look at that. So we're going to fix that. And we got a couple other things back here. The taillight's not working, and we're missing a bumper emblem down there. We're going to replace both of those to shine that up a little bit, give it a little pizzazz. So that is the Model A. And that's about it. So hopefully you like this video. Please subscribe and keep that old iron running.